I'm a Forester here with a review of this Benchmade 705. This is an older knife that I bought from a co-worker who was selling off part of his knife collection, and I took a look at the knives that he wanted to sell, and this one just really jumped out at me as a classic design. I didn't know that much about it, and I still don't know a whole lot about this particular knife, when it was manufactured and when it was discontinued. This knife is a McHenry and Williams design, and it really has a classic shape to it. I like their designs. It's very similar to the Benchmade 710 that's currently in production, but it's just a lot smaller. The 710 is a large knife, and I would categorize this one as a gentleman folder. It's one that I carried today in my pocket to church, and you know, you really don't know that it's even there unless you need it. Because this knife is used, let me address the wear issues, and I would say this knife is generally in excellent condition. The only wear I've been able to see are on the screws here, right here, the torque screws. There's a little bit of wear where some of the color has come off. That's the only thing on that side. The knife blade is in excellent condition, no scratches. And on the other side, the only wear that I've been able to notice at all is just on this clip. There's a place right here where there's some wear. And here again, the knife is in excellent condition, no scratches. Overall, I'm very pleased with the condition of this knife. Let's go over some of the details about this knife. The blade is just under 3 inches long. The handle is under 4 inches long, and so the total length is about 6 3/4 inches long. In terms of weight, it's not a super light knife, but it's not a real heavy knife. It's not going to really remind you that it's in your pocket, but it does have steel liners, fairly stout steel liners. They're drilled out. I don't know if I can demonstrate that inside, but they are drilled out. But it does have some weight to it, which I like in this knife. Let me get a close-up of the blade. Under the thumb stud, it has the steel. It's 154 cm steel. This is a McHenry and Williams design blade. It has dual thumb studs. It really deploys easily. I like this type of mechanism. All it takes is just a flick of the thumb and that blade is out there. The handles are very ergonomic. The knife has G10 scales. They're not real rough, but on a small gentleman's folder like this, that's just fine. The clip is reversible. Right now it's set up for right-hand carry, but you can reverse it for left-hand carry, and it's always going to be tip up. I like this axis lock. It's the only knife I have with the axis lock, but it's easy to shut and then also easy to deploy. I like the blade shape. It's very thick up toward the handle, and then you have this swedge that's cut on the top that's not sharpened. This is the only 154 cm steel that I have, but it holds an edge. I've just touched it up since it's a used knife, but new to me. Let me give you a size comparison between this Benchmade 705 and some other knives that are very familiar. First, we'll look at it in the closed position, and here's a comparison between the Kershaw Scallion and the Benchmade 705. It's in between the Scallion and this Spyderco Delica. And then a little bit larger than that is the Kershaw Skyline. And then larger even yet is the Spyderco Tenacious. Now let's look at them in the open position. Love this Kershaw Scallion with its speed assist opening. Then you have the Benchmade, and it just flicks open, no speed assist. And it's a little bit larger. And then you've got the Spyderco Delica, a fairly new knife for me. And then the Kershaw Skyline, larger yet. And then the largest knife of this group is the Spyderco Tenacious. So you can see that the Benchmade 705 is on the smaller side of knives, just a little bit larger than the Kershaw Scallion. This is the first Benchmade that I've ever owned. I've really been impressed with the quality of it, and I'll have more Benchmades in the future. I've already got my eyes on one or two other Benchmades. Y'all have a good day. Take care.